Hello family and welcome to another video. It is Yoga Monday and today I have a yoga practice for you. It is not an asana based practice today. Today I am going to be introducing you to a mudra that cultivates stillness in the body. So mudras are basically, you can think of them as poses or asana for your hands. So we just usually use our hands and our arms. There are other types of mudras that use more than just your hands and arms, but in general, most people think about mudras, they think about movements with your hands. And just like asana or the poses, which are not only physical models, but they're energetic models. A lot of people don't know that about yoga poses. They really are energetic models, very similar to if you practice Tai Chi or Qigong or other more meditative types of martial arts, or I think they are actually called martial arts, or those practices. It's about moving the energy, moving the chi, moving the in yoga we call it prana. And so all of those are energetic models with, so there's not just a physical effect like in the muscles and bones, but it's more subtle than that. You kind of feel it energetically. And like I said, if you've ever done like a Tai Chi class, you can kind of feel it. It's like this shift in energy. It's not just, beautiful for flexibility and strength and balance, but you kind of feel it deeper in ways that you may or may not be able to explain. The same is true of asana, the yoga poses, and of mudras, which are the gestures that we use with our hands and fingers. So, and like with every asana has a focus. It has a specific physical focus and also has a specific um, energetic focus. Same is true with mudras, that they have specific reasons, or I should say uses, and cultivate specific feelings or energy. So today I am sharing a mudra that a mudra card, if you will, from this deck. There's a book that accompanies this deck with the same. I think it's just called Mudras, and Mudras for Healing and Transformation is the name of the book, which I also have. I use this more than I use the book. The book has deeper explanations. The book was written by two of the teachers that I studied with for my 500-hour yoga therapy training. And they are the creators and founders of integrative yoga therapy. And they really go into sort of the subtler bodies. Yes, they do poses and, pranayama, which is the breathing and all kinds of stuff. But they really go a little bit deeper into the more subtle aspects of yoga that are pretty phenomenal. So this is the deck, and the mudra that I'm sharing with today is one that cultivates stillness. So this is the card. This is what it looks like, and it is called Adi Mudra. That's the Sanskrit name. It is the gesture of primordial stillness, and the core quality is stillness. I'm just going to read the back here to let you know some of the benefits. So it's especially helpful for connecting with the stillness of our essential being. So just kind of remembering who we are. And even in the face of chaos, to kind of go back to who we are essentially is really important in our human existence, just to do that. It also helps to connect and support the strength and density of the bones. So if you are a yoga geek like myself, or a serious student of yoga, then you would have studied the chakras. And so this mudra is deeply connected to the first chakra. The first chakra has to do with our connection to earth. It has to do with density. It has to do with almost like a sense of heaviness, so that we are, instead of kind of being really flighty and buzzy and overly airy, it helps us to reconnect to earth. And so our bones, the parts of our body that the first chakra connects to, our bones, feet, legs, the things that are heavy and that are closest to the earth. And that grounds us. It kind of brings us from feeling kind of buzzy and anxious, because anxious feelings take us out of our first chakra and into this sort of, insanity of our minds. It brings us back to earth. It grounds us again. So this this mudra is related to first chakra. Again, it instills a sense of grounding. It is supporting in the treatment of anxiety or anxious feelings. And it also helps to facilitate seated meditation, because it's really hard to sit down and meditate if your mind is all over the place, if you're kind of have this scattered energy. We want to ground. And that's why a lot of people, before they will do a seated meditation, they'll do something physical. They'll go for a walk. They'll do a walking meditation. They'll do a yoga practice. They'll have a dance party to kind of get all that out so that they can come and settle. So this is a really good one to help facilitate that. It also is said to lower blood pressure. So if you are someone that has low blood pressure to begin with, just be careful. Just know, kind of get in touch with yourself and know, this is a good idea for me. It may not be the right mudra. There are also yoga poses that do that. So always kind of look into and feel the effects of your yoga practice, because some things may be irritating for you. No matter what your situation. So the way that we do the mudra is we take both hands, we fold in the thumbs, and gently wrap the fingers around the thumbs, and then place the hands usually in the lap. Someplace on the body is nice. But you don't have to hold it at the belly. Like some of them, we do hold them at the heart or at the belly. Here, we want that kind of connection to body. So we're going to do this mudra today. Let's get started with either lying down or sitting in a chair or sitting on the floor. And if you feel safe, go ahead and close the eyes. If not, have your eyes cast downward. And just take a couple breaths in and out. Either the nose or the mouth, whatever feels good for you. Something that will help you to calm and still. Roll the shoulders up to the ears, squeeze them up there just a moment, and then roll them down, around, and back. Just hold them slightly back and slightly down. You don't have to squeeze the shoulder blades together. Just have them inward enough where it feels like your heart is starting to open. Soften the frontal ribs down and gather just enough energy in the belly to support a long spine if you're sitting or standing. And start to feel the surface that you are lying, sitting, or standing on. So that connection to earth, that connection with that first chakra, with the density in the body for grounding. That's what helps us be still. And then when you're ready, take both hands, fold the thumbs inward like you're making 2 number 4s, and then softly wrap the thumbs around the fingers. When I teach this to kids, we call it turtle in a shell. And then place the hand someplace on the body comfortably. When we practice mudras, you don't need to change the direction of breath. You just notice. It does help to soften the throat and the back of the jaw and the facial muscles as you're breathing. And as you're taking your breaths, just start to notice any shifts. Any subtle shifts in breath. Any shifts in energy in the body. Just start to notice. You may feel a downward shift of energy or breath, connecting again to earth. You may feel a sense of calm and ease. You may not feel anything just yet, and that's okay too. Now, just like our asana or yoga poses, with mudras, we don't hold them a long, long time necessarily. Now, if you're taking a yin yoga class, that's different. We do hold poses a long time, but in general, we hold poses just for a few good breaths, like 5 to 10. We'll do the same thing here. So when you're ready, just release the hands. And then notice again. Notice what happens when you release the mudra. Notice the shifts. What's different? What has seemed to have gone away, and then what remains? Just see if you can commit that to memory. You may choose to revisit this practice, which you can anytime. And when you're ready, you can softly open the eyes. As with all physical and subtle yoga practices, they are the most powerful when you practice them regularly. We rarely get the full benefit of a yoga practice, or any practice for that matter, when we simply practice it once a week in the presence of a teacher, or twice a week if maybe you have like a yoga membership and you go to a studio or a club a few times a week, 2 or 3, which is great. But it really has the most profound effect when we visit it over and over again, like maybe just a few minutes every day. That's when it becomes the most profound. It doesn't have to be a full 90-minute or 30-minute or 60-minute class. So, if you are a person like me who's prone to anxious feelings, this practicing this mudra just a couple minutes a day, give it a time, give it a couple of weeks to see if the body sort of remembers. It's sort of like lifting a weight. We get stronger over time by practicing certain poses or mudras or mantras or breaths. Our nervous system and our breath and our muscular system and all of that get stronger over time. And so that we more efficiently can shift energy, we can shift our mindset. So I invite you to practice this often if you feel ungrounded. You don't have to even feel anxious. Just even if you just feel, what I'm going to call ungrounded, and you maybe need to study for a test or work on a project, but you can't because your mind is racing. This is a great one to do just to kind of keep it in your toolbox to go ahead and do this. And let me know in the comments, what did you notice? What shifted for you? Did anything shift for you? I feel these things right away. And it's probably because I've just done them a long time. But I'm interested to know, if you did this, and hopefully you did, what was it like for you? Thank you so much for practicing with me today. Please revisit this video as many times as you need. It will live on this page, and I will see you soon. So have a great day, family, and yeah, happy Yoga Monday. Peace.